Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd (BCSB), a Sabah-based food manufacturer and established in 1994, produced high-quality cocoa liquor powder and cocoa butter using 100% pure and natural ingredients sourced from Sabah. BCSB exports globally to markets including North America, Europe and East Asia, boosting clients such as Nestle, Cadbury, and Mars and Gherkins. The company holds HACCP and halal certifications, emphasizing its commitment to Malaysian food safety standards and Muslim-friendly products. The management team consists of 5 office executives, which is admin and human resource, operation and marketing, finance and accounts, and 2 of research and development executive. They also employed a total of 50 manufacturing workers for the plantations.
Today, I will be presenting the proposed loan facility and our credit assessment for Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd. Our objective today is to walk you through our comprehensive analysis based on the principle of lending framework, which underpins our recommendation for this facility. As you can see, Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd has been assessed as an eligible SME with a clear and limited borrowing capacity. Their financing request is deemed genuine and aligned with their business strategy, and the type of finance request is appropriate and compatible with their operational needs. First, let's look at character. This refers to the borrower's integrity, honesty, and willingness to repay the loan, essentially their moral reputation. In the case of Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd, we've assessed their track record by reviewing the experience and reputation of their management and key personnel which appear strong. Furthermore, their credit history, evidenced by CCRIS and CITOS reports, shows a consistent record of timely payment, which is a positive indicator of their commitment. We have M, which margin. Margin considers the broader industry and economic environment that can impact the borrower's performance, as well as the specific terms we build into the loan agreement itself to manage risk. From an environmental perspective, we analyze the influence of macroeconomic situation such as inflation, interest rate, and Malaysia's GDP growth on Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd's specific operation. Their sector show resilience, and we've factored these external elements into our financial models. Critically, we also consider the loan covenants. These are the special terms a bank will require as part of the agreement. For example, maintaining certain financial ratio of restriction on dividend payouts, which are designed to safeguard the bank interest throughout the loan tenure. Okay, the next is P, which is purpose. This is about understanding the clear, specific, and justifiable reason for which the loan proceed will be utilized by Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd. Our focus here is on the specificity of use. Borneo Cocoa has provided a detailed breakdown of how these funds will be deployed. This includes, for instance, the acquisition of certain critical machinery to extend production, financing specific capacities for raw material procurement, and potentially enlarging a new processing line. Following purpose, we have A for amount. This element ensures that the exact funding source is not only warranted but also adequate for the state purpose, and crucially, proportional to Borneo Cocoa's overall consumption and their ability to repay. We've conducted a true justification through a detailed cost breakdown and financial analysis. This confirms that the request amount is fully supported by their operational needs and financial projection. Furthermore, we verify that the size is sufficient to meet their declared purpose comprehensively, aiming to avoid any need for quick unplanned follow-on financing in the near future. Now we come to R for repayment. This outlines the intended cost of loan repayment, including the primary and secondary modes of repayment, and the overall loan duration and period. Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd has proposed a repayment schedule that is both practical and consistent with their business cash flow cycle, whether that be monthly, quarterly, or seasonal repayments depending on their operational specific. This element is critical for smooth debt servicing. The loan tenure or duration has also been carefully considered to ensure its suitability. It aligns with both the economic life of the asset being financed and the natural business cycle of Borneo Cocoa, ensuring a sustainable repayment plan. Finally, we have I for insurance, which in the context of lending refers to collateral. Collateral represents the tangible or intangible asset that the borrower provides to support the loan, thereby significantly reducing the bank's risk in the event of unforeseen challenge. We've identified the nature of the collateral offered by Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd, which includes tangible assets such as land, machinery, inventory, and account receivable. This diverse collateral pool provides a robust backing. Our analysis also includes the coverage specific, the loan to value (LTV) ratio, which indicates the degree of collateral coverage for the loan. The proposed coverage provides a strong buffer. Additionally, we secure the personal guarantees from the directors and key shareholders, which further strengthens the commitment and reduces the risk profile.
Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd, or known as BCSB, requesting loan for cocoa plantation project. This is intended to secure a sustainable and certified cocoa supply for their product. So the loan requesting is include 1.5 million for purchasing 10 hectares of land for cocoa plantation, $500,000 for development of cocoa plantation, green energy machinery purchases, working capital of plantation operation that each were respectively. The loan requested is equivalent to 3 million ringgit Malaysia. There is 4 risks that have been found during our analysis. The first one is operational risk. BCSB is inexperienced with the cocoa plantation operation because their core business is in cocoa production. Second one is environmental risk. Cocoa bean is exposed to CPB or cocoa pod borer larvae. Third one is market risk. The inability of cocoa producer to meet the high volumes demand of the market. And the last one is certification risk, which is to make sure that the cocoa plantation is following the standard of FOSI, known as the Common Code for the Coffee Community Certification.
Borneo Cocoa Sdn Bhd is owned by 4 shareholders, including 1 corporate shareholder. The managing director, Mr. KY Hong, holds 20% of the share and has 20 years of experience in company operation. He also holds a degree in mechanical engineering. Mr. OH Meng, who holds 15% of the share, is the director of finance. He has 10 years of experience in finance and accounting with a degree in accountancy. Meanwhile, Mr. Archin also owns 15% of the share and serves as the Director of Operation and Marketing. He has 10 years of experience in this field and holds a degree in business administration. According to the pie chart, the remaining 15% of share is held by a corporate shareholder, making it the largest single stakeholder in the company.
The good economy of Malaysia and appreciating ringgit is a plus. The B2B orientation and ESG commission of Borneo Cocoa lowered the risk and helped the organization grow. The eligibility to be determined by checking their finance, risk strategies, and concentration of their clients. That is a good deal as long as these factors prevail. For industries, Malaysia is a top 5 global cocoa grinder, with export reached up to RM 15 billion in 2024. Local cocoa beans production saw a 65% increase, boosted by government initiative. Cocoa Planting Promotion Program 2025 to 2029. The industry is increasingly focused on traceability, sustainability, and high-value segments like organic and vine-flavored cocos. And lastly, I will be explaining about the markets. Cocoa market in Asia Pacific region is an active and driven by the increased demand in many product segments, including product aimed at health-conscious customers. Nevertheless, an EU deforestation-free regulatories (EUDR) is a concerning element, which is required substantively investment in supply chain, transparency, and monitoring activities on digital platform to receive access to a market. Disease and climate change continue to be a menace to worldwide production of cocoa.
There is 5 aspects that we analyze in financial risk. First one is business profitability. BCSB remains strong and solid in their returns on equity and assets. Second one is financial condition. They have a strong and stable financial condition. Third one is asset management quality. BCSB has a lot of control over how assets are used. Fourth one is capacity. The company demonstrates a sufficient capacity to undertake the proposed project. The last one is capital. They maintain a strong capital structure.
Decision. The good economy of Malaysia and appreciating ringgit is a plus. The B2B orientation and ESG Commission of Borneo Cocoa lowered the risk and helped the organization grow. Their eligibility to be determined by checking their finance, risk strategies, and concentration of their clients. That is a good deal as long as these factors prevail.